If you have a crocheter or a knitter in your life and you have no idea what to get them as a gift, then you have come to the right place. Or if you're a fibre artist yourself and everyone is asking you what you want for Christmas or what you want for your birthday, but you've got no idea what to put on your wish list, then this video should hopefully help you out too. I've compiled a list of gift ideas that I think most crocheters or knitters would be really happy to receive. I've got a few that are just for crocheters and a few that are just for knitters, but then after that, the rest of the gift ideas you could get for either. So hopefully lots of good options in here. For every gift idea that I suggest, there will be a link in the description to where you can buy it. A lot of these suggestions are the type of thing where you could find alternatives to the one that I've linked, particularly if some of these links might be UK-based shops. So if you're not in the UK, you will be able to find alternatives online, I'm sure. So in terms of gifts that are just for crocheters, the first option, of course, is some hooks, but I have a more specific suggestion and it is beaded hooks. I have these ones from Cozy 20's Hooks and I will link her shop in the description. The reason I think these are such a great suggestion is because they are so customizable. You can pick the toppers and the colours of the beads to match the person that you're gifting them to. So if you know their favourite colours or a flower that they like or an animal that they like, there's so many options and you can completely customise it. The only thing is that it might be worth trying to figure out what size hooks the person you're gifting to uses the most. That way you can make sure you're getting them something they'll really use. But yeah, these are just super cute and very comfortable to use as well. The next crochet only option is this granny square deck. There are quite a few things like this. I've seen ones that are like cards with loads of different stitches on. In a similar vein, you could get them some kind of like pattern book. There's a lot of books about crochet out there with different patterns in or different stitches, so anything like that is great. But I do think this granny square deck is really cute. And finally, for crochet only gifts, you could get them a hook case. If they're someone who travels a lot or they're just always losing their hooks, then this is definitely a great option. Okay, next up, I have a few suggestions for knitters only. The first one is needle stoppers or stitch stoppers. I've seen them called both, but they just go on the ends of your needles to stop all your stitches falling off when you're not working on it. Kind of like with the beaded hooks, these are very customizable. You could find something that the person that you're gifting to will love because there are endless styles and colors out there. Definitely go searching beyond the ones that I've linked if they don't really like suit the style of the person you're buying for. The next suggestion I have is an interchangeable needle set. This is a slightly pricier option and I will say for this one that it would really be worth knowing what kind of needles the person you're buying for likes to work with, because you don't want to buy them a whole set of wooden needles if they prefer to use metal ones, if you see what I'm saying. So it kind of depends. This might be something that it's worth really asking them what set they want, but I do think it would be an amazing gift. It's the kind of thing that someone would love to receive if it's the right one, if that makes sense. And the final one for knitters is stitch holding cords. I've seen them called a few different things, but that's just what I'm going to call them. But basically, you can put your stitches on hold on them, like if you're putting sleeve stitches on hold on a raglan or something like that. So super helpful and lots of colours available. So again, you can pick something out that they'd really like. Cool. So that is all of the gift ideas for one craft or the other. Everything else, I'm pretty sure, would work for either. The first thing, this is a gift that I actually received last Christmas, and I think it's such a handy little thing. I've got it here to show you actually. It is this, and this is a magnetic needle minder. You can pull this apart and it's magnetic and put this like on one side of your project and like that. So it stays on your project and this is magnetic. So if you are using a darning needle and you keep putting it down and losing it, we've all done it, it will stick on there and you will not lose it. There we go. I've just stuck 3 needles on there just to show you. I do think this is just a genius idea because we've all lost needles and it's then a little bit scary until you find it again because you feel like you're going to sit on it or stand on it or whatever. So very good idea and probably something that they don't already have because I haven't seen a lot of people owning these. So my next suggestion is a yarn winder. These are super helpful. You can also get electronic ones where you don't have to manually wind it yourself. So if you know someone who already has a manual one, then they might appreciate one of the electronic ones as a little upgrade. And another idea that kind of goes along with that one is a yarn swift. This would be really helpful, I think, for someone who buys a lot of hand-dyed yarn that comes in those, I don't know, are they called hanks? I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll put a picture where they're like twisted like that because you have to like undo it and wind it, and I personally have done that before without a swift and it's tricky. It's very easy to get tangled. So if they do buy yarn in that shape and they don't have one of these, I can almost guarantee they'd be grateful and it would make their life easier. The next suggestion is stitch markers. This kind of feels like an obvious one, but I put it in there because a lot of us are always losing the stitch markers that we already have, so I think it can never hurt to have more. You can get, I have from Crochet Society, a pack of 150 really basic ones. So if you just want to get them loads, that works. But you can also find really cute, pretty, intricate ones that would cost a bit more per stitch marker, and they might not treat themselves to it, but as a gift, it would be really nice. So the next two suggestions are both like yarn holders, ways to hold your yarn whilst you're crocheting or knitting. I don't really know how to explain that. So the first one is, I think they call it like a yarn genie or a wool genie. I'll put a picture up. These are great. Honestly, they're great. It's just magnetic. It spins around. Perfect. The other option that I have 3 here from this one company. And none of them are put together right now. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, here is the first one. So obviously you just pop your yarn on here and then it spins around as you work with it. By the way, I'm not 100% sure if I still do, but I think I have an affiliate link with this company. It's Spring Fantasy, but just to let you know, if I do still have an affiliate link and you buy anything through that link, I will earn a small commission. But if you don't want that, then you can just search up the website yourself and I won't earn anything. So just for transparency. Another one that I have from them, which is super cute and a great gift because they probably don't already have this, is this like portable one. You pop your yarn on here and then you attach the little wrist strap. Put this on your wrist. It spins around here as you pull your yarn. You could even take this on a walk and crochet as you go. But yeah, so that's a portable one. And then I also have, I have so many varieties of this product, but just showing you the options. This one, which is like a storage box as well. For this one, the stick like slots in here for portability. Again, just screw it on, that spins. I do have a video of this put together that I'll insert. It's great if you need something portable, but also that you can like put all your little bits and bobs in. I'd recommend that one. Right, the next suggestion is something, again, that I got for my birthday this year, and it was a year-long magazine subscription to a magazine called Crochet Now. There are lots of crochet and knitting magazines out there, so you do not obviously have to get Crochet Now. I love this as a gift idea because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Every month I'll get a new magazine. The one that I get usually comes with like a little gift, like a crochet hook or a little extra pattern book. But these magazines are, or at least the one I get, are full of patterns and it's great. There's so much inspiration, so many patterns. I love it and I think it's a really good gift idea. My next suggestion is a gauge tool. Now, I am not someone who does gauge swatches often, but there are a lot of crocheters and I think particularly knitters who do gauge swatches. That was really difficult to say. More times than not in a pattern, it will ask you to like figure out that you've got the right number of stitches and rows within a 10 centimeter space. So these tools are 10 centimeters and it just makes it easier to count your gauge, basically, if I'm understanding correctly. My next suggestion is great if there's someone who is still using kitchen scissors or just whatever random scissors they have lying around to cut their yarn. Getting some proper yarn scissors or like snippers. These are the ones that I have. They're really great. Do the job very well, and it's one of those things you don't really think you need them and then you get them and they're like, this is so much better. So now I'm sure you've all been thinking the obvious thing here is to buy them yarn. 100% that is an option. Kind of similar though to what I was saying about the needle set, is that to get someone yarn, either you need to ask them exactly what yarn they want and how much they need of it, or you're playing a very risky game. So if you were hoping for it to be more of like a surprise gift and you don't feel like you know them and their yarn choices well enough to be sure, then I would suggest getting them a gift card to a local yarn shop. Because particularly if they're somebody who makes a lot of garments or bigger projects, you might not get them enough of it and then they might not be able to get it in the same dye lot and you might actually end up causing more problems than answers. I honestly think you're giving them a greater gift by giving them the opportunity to go yarn shopping. without spending any of their own money. Trust me, they'll love it. The other thing you could do is there is something called the Yarn of the Month Club. I think the brand is called Darn Good Yarn, I want to say. They do like a monthly subscription of yarn. So that could also be another option, similar to the magazine subscription. My next suggestion is a little needle case or needle holder. I don't really know what to call it. This is the one that I have. It's just a screw lid, keeps all your needles in. Again, like I was saying, always losing these things. So anything like this is great. Again, particularly if they travel, it's just good to keep something in because they get everywhere. It's a nightmare. Next up, we have blocking mats. If they don't already have some of these, would be a great gift. Again, particularly if they are somebody who makes either a lot of granny squares or a lot of clothes, these would be super, super handy. Also, wool wash would be great. Stuff to wash their garments in, essentially. I don't really know what else to say about that. It's just a good option. Oh, and another blocking related one that you could get is a steamer. If they ever don't want to wet block, they can just steam. So that's another great option. I see a lot of crocheters in particular doing that, but I'm more on the crochet side of the internet, so it could just be that rather than it not being a knitting thing. I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments, please. Thank you. Another super handy thing that they might not have is a row counter. We all know it's notoriously difficult to keep track of your counting, so it just makes life easier to have a little thing. You just click it every time you finish a row or start a row, however you want to do it, and it keeps the count for you. It's brilliant. Changed my life. And the last two suggestions that I have are for if you know a crocheter or a knitter who is constantly complaining about neck pain from spending too much time crocheting or knitting. And it is a neck massager and or a crafting pillow. I have a craft pillow. The company that I got it from no longer ships to the UK, so I will find an alternative and stick it in the description. And also a neck massager. Yeah, if they crochet or knit a lot, I can almost promise you that they'd be grateful for that, unless they have perfect posture. Okay, I think that is all the suggestions that I had written down. I really do hope that this video has been helpful in finding an idea for the crocheter or knitter in your life. And like I said, if you're a crocheter or knitter yourself, maybe this can help you form your wish list. Also, if you're a crocheter watching this and you are looking for gift ideas for other people, I made a video a couple of weeks ago with ideas of things that you could crochet, so head over there if you're a bit stumped. If you're still here and you've enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!